everyone. So bit of action the last couple of days. The 9 tub 70 litre rack is up, it's running, temperatures are absolutely fine, so I've already put snakes in there. I was going to record it and then I couldn't really wait, so basically the adult and sub-adult females are in there, as well as some of the ones that are quite a bit smaller, because I thought they may as well be in there using the space if it's on. Subsequently, the 33 litre tub rack is mostly empty. There's only 4 snakes left in there at the moment. So what I'm going to be doing this evening or this afternoon is moving some of the bigger babies up into the bigger tubs. So I'm only going to be moving the ones that are feeding really well and feeding absolutely solidly, and hoping, fingers crossed, that none of them go into hunger strike after being moved. I'm going to be moving them off of paper and onto substrate. I'll set a few of those tubs up in a minute and show you exactly what I'm doing. I'm using a mixture of substrates this time. So I'm going to use the cocoa fibre stuff, so like the fine stuff on the bottom. My rationale for that is it's going to absorb stuff, any urine, urates, whatever on the bottom. It's going to soak that up and hold it and stop hopefully any smell. On top I'm going to put a larger like forest floor type substrate, and I'll show you that in a second. It's basically bark, I think. In the 70 litre rubs, I have used, in addition to those two things, also like a cocoa husk. So the, there's many different brands. I'm not going to start throwing names out, but I've used one of them just to mix it up. So there's like there's small substrate at the bottom, then like medium, and then the bigger stuff on top. What I found when I used the cocoa fibre before, although it really controlled the smell really well, it got all over them, got all over their faces, which I really didn't like. So not using that, just that, using that in the bottom, because it is, as I said, good for absorbency, etc. But on top we're using the bigger stuff, so the snakes have got something more substantial to crawl around on, slither around on. So yeah, this is the lesser female. I'm really happy she's starting to put some weight on. When I first got her, she had been a really fussy eater, so she is still quite lean, but she's putting weight on, and she is feeding, or she has been feeding every single time that she's been offered the last 5 consecutive feeds. So delighted with her for doing that. I'm hoping it carries on. She's historically been a really finicky eater. So the people that I got her off before, they said she was really hit and miss more than hit. But she's, like I said, five consecutive feeds weekly to 10 days. I'm really hoping that she doesn't go on hunger strike, because I've obviously moved her into a bigger enclosure now. And she looks really small in there. We'll pop her back in a minute and we'll have a look. And then we'll just flick through those, set a few of those tubs up, and put some babies in. I have timed it really badly because I've got some rodents out to thaw before I decided to do all the tub stuff today. So probably not the best idea to move them and then try to feed them, but I'm going to do it now, leave it a good few hours, and then try and feed. We'll see what happens. If they don't feed, it's no biggie. We'll just try them in a few days. It's not a problem at all. Yeah, so let's get her back and start doing some tubs. So this is her tub. As you can see, she looks really small in there. So just got, if I pull it out a bit more, you better light. So just the extra large hide, water bowl at the moment, and this is the mix that I was talking about. So on top we've got the forest floor stuff, which is this, and the cocoa husk, which is this other stuff, and then right in the bottom you can see it starts to get quite fine down there, and that is like the cocoa fibre stuff, which is just going to sit under there and soak anything up really. So she's gone and hid behind her hide, which isn't really the idea. But you can see 70 litre tubs. Absolutely massive for her. And really good. Let's just have a look at one of the bigger females. So we've got up here this girl who's sold as normal, but I think she's a leopard actually. Sorry darling. So that is her, all curled up, but plenty of space. I'll probably get some more stuff to put in. So in the top we've got Scar, who literally couldn't be more coiled up in there. She looks absolutely tiny in there, but she's probably one of the bigger ball pythons actually. Then we have got the Super Fire, and she's in there tucked up, waiting for some food probably. Let's see if I could get it to focus a little bit more. This hide is literally, she fills the entirety of it. So now we're on to the boys. This is Raven. He's just had a shed, so he's looking pretty cool. Notice that he's got a really funky head stamp, but you won't be able to see it in there. Yeah, he's looking really nice. So the last ball python in the rack, the 9 litre rack, is Reg. He's a really nice, let me pull him out a bit more, you can't see his colours like that. He's a really nice pastel that I got from Adam at TA Exotics. Really nice boy. Not dulling at all as he gets older, which is nice. So basically what I've got is a tub of the Cocoa Husky stuff, a tub of the Forest Floor stuff, and this is my stack of tubs that are completely clean. I have cleaned them. Obviously there's been other snakes in them, so they have been totally cleaned and totally rinsed and allowed to dry, so there's no risk of any issues moving from snake to snake. Now what I'm going to do literally with this stuff is just sprinkle a layer in the bottom. I don't want loads and loads of it, it's just going to be there to absorb any like malodorous stuff. I'm just going to kind of squiff it around a bit and that'll be absolutely fine. And then I'm going to get some of the big stuff. It's just going to sit on the top basically. And I'm thinking that's going to be a pretty good combo. I probably would put the coconut stuff in as well if I hadn't used it all, but this will be absolutely fine. So I'm going to repeat that with the rest of the tubs, and we'll start putting some snakes in. I'm going to move them over. So this is my male Desert Ghost, and he is lovely. Definitely needed a bigger tub because he's a big boy now. And so that's him. Looking pretty awesome against that dark brown. Look at these washed out sides. It's pretty cool. So that's the first one done. So this boy is a pewter triple het for Ghost, Desert Ghost and Amur, and he is, I've said it before, I'll say it again, one of my favourites, if not the favourite. I don't know why, I just really like him. So that is him. He's going to be much happier in there. There he goes, making himself at home already. He's been feeding really well, as you can see. It's looking great. So the next boy is another one who's definitely going to be glad of an upgrade. I'll be getting him a new hide, obviously. And he is Genetic Stripe Het for Ghost. And he's absolutely lovely. Oh, very hissy though. This one bit my husband the other day, which amuses me greatly. So the first of the girls, this girl is double het, Ghost and Stripe, and obviously the last male will be her boyfriend at some point. So that's her looking absolutely stunning. She feeds really, really well. Just make a little... Hopefully she doesn't want to bite my hand. I've got rodents, as I've said, in the room, so that's her. So this isn't the biggest girl, but she has been feeding really, really well. So I'm going to... There's a bit of shed on the bottom of her water bowl. Let's get that off. I'm going to move her up. There's a few of the babies that are still really, really small, so won't be moving them up. They can stay in the smaller tubs until they get feeding properly, and I'm happy that they're going to feed consistently without being messed around with. So she looks absolutely cool against that dark background. Just take a moment to appreciate that. Oh, she's lovely. Like a funky little tail. So the rest of the ball pythons are too small or not eating enough to get moved up. So for comedy value, I thought I'd move up a few of the baby retics. I've only got 3 tubs left in this rack, so it will probably bite me, but oh no, not today. This one's actually also in shed, so a little bit more flighty probably than normal. Absolutely love these guys, but they will use the space. They will really make use of the space in the tub. So this is the next one. Absolutely little stunner. This one is the one that's taken the most meals. And yes, it's definitely yeah, this one takes lots of meals. Eats really well. This is the boy. So the last 2 were girls. This is the boy. He's taken a few meals. Not as big as the girls, but he's doing really well. He's really cute. Not as quick to bite as the others, which is nice. Go on in there then. There we go. It's lovely. So it's the next day. Did feed, didn't record it. Apologies for that. I just wanted to get it done, to be honest. It was getting late. So pretty much most of everybody ate, which is cool. Obviously the big ones, they fed the night before. So the ones that I moved, I did try to feed. This girl didn't eat. She is my normal ball python. She moved up. She's hit and miss anyway, so I'm not worried about her. Fantastic news is that Scar has fed last night. That's her first feed since she had follicles. She reabsorbed her follicles. She didn't ovulate, I don't think. Well, she didn't ovulate. And she fed last night. I'm really happy about that. The lesser didn't eat as predicted. She was hit and miss, but she had had a really good run of 5 consecutive feeds. So I was a little bit gutted that she didn't eat, but I was expecting it, to be fair. Everybody else ate in the new rack. Of the guys that were moved over here, the only 2 that didn't eat in that rack were, sorry darling, the only 2 that didn't eat over there were 2 of the retics babies, so one of the girls and one of the boys. She has been blue and is now clear again. She's about to shed, so I didn't expect her to eat. And the little male, he is now gone dark. He's going into shed, so I'm not surprised that he didn't eat either. These guys over here, we'll have a look at those in a sec and see who is still in there, basically. So who we've got left in the little rack is this lovely Super Pastel Bamboo Pinstripe male. He is not a great eater at the moment, so he is staying in here for a minute until he starts to behave a little bit better. So that is him. He didn't eat last night. He's one of only very few that didn't eat last night. So it's the next day now. This little girl was a finicky eater, so I left her in here. She's also not very big. But she actually ate last night, so not going to faff about with her. But she's also in here. She is my cinnamon Mojave triple het. This is Ginger. She ate last night a big meal. So she has got a big lump in her tummy, and by the look of it, some tissue in her mouth. So we're going to leave her quiet. She is still healing from her scar, which is why I left her in here. The next one is the little one who has had a few, 1, 2, 3 force feeds and 2 normal feeds now. He is doing really well. He's about to shed. So I left him in here because he's tiny. Until he gets properly established, we'll just leave him be. He's quite happy in there. And next is the black pastel female, I think. Yeah, black pastel female. She's little, so she can stay in there until I'm happy, and she's hissy as anything. She didn't eat last night. The rest did, apart from obviously the baby retics in shed, so I didn't try him. This little girl, she fed last night. She is an absolute stunner. Ghost, Mojave, Enchi, and something else I can't remember. I'd have to look at her card. She's lovely. This little girl ate last night too. She is a beaut. Bamboo fire. Something else, can't remember. Have a look. She is gorgeous, eating absolutely brilliantly well. And the last ball python in here is my lovely little black pastel pinstripe. He also ate last night. So he's doing really well. So that's kind of an update on where things are, who's fed and what's kind of gone on. Apologies, it's been a bit disjointed. I've done it over a couple of days because things get a little bit crazy from time to time. I'm going to leave it there because this video is probably getting on the long side now. So thank you so much for watching. Like if you like it. Share it to social media if you think you know people that might like this sort of thing too. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. I'd really appreciate it, and hit the bell so you can see when I upload another video. And I'll see you again.